reporting from the DMZ. It is really cold.
Yeah. How cold is it?
It's cold.
So,
well, not really the DMZ, but close.
yeah, we're on the line, right?
The smallest PX in the world.
Excuse me.
Very big.
Yeah.
Very big. So that's the end of it, and this is the beginning of it, huh? Okay, so where are we at now? It's this video.
Oh, you gotta be joking. Hey, sir, we're up on the DMZ up in
Opidora, there you go, huh? So what we got out here? Nothing? You can't see anything because it's fog. The North Koreans have put out fog. All right. The tunnel?
Oh, the tunnel.
Yeah, we were gonna. So,
Look at the cat.
what's going on?
Oh, it's the tunnel.
So this is the tunnel that the North Koreans built. It's a complex. The South Koreans found it and now made it into a tourist attraction. You go down 300 meters and you can see the tunnel that was built. Another only in Korea and only by North Koreans. Very odd.
Talks to North and South that are not armistice related. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, momentarily we're going to offload the bus to visit conference room in the MAC building. The only rules we have while we're out here is please do not point, wave, or gesture in any fashion towards the KPA soldiers. Also ask you fall into 2 single file lines at the top of the stairs where I'll be located, and then we'll move out to conference row.
This is a meeting point between the United Nations Command, or the UNC, and the Korean People's Army, or the KPA. All the blue buildings you see belong to the UNC. All the silver and tan buildings belong to the KPA. Blue building directly to your right is home to the Joint Duty Officer, the JDO. Currently, the JDO is an American naval officer that responsible for all communication between the UNC and the KPA. He's also a direct representative of the United Nations Command Military Armistice Commission. Directly in front of the JDO building, you see a tall, tan, 3-story tower. You see a series of white stakes that stand 1 meter in height and are spaced at 10-meter intervals. This represents the military demarcation line within the joint security area.
This is Panmunjeom. This is where all the talks took place.
So the blue rooms are theirs and the silver are ours, or the other way?
The silver is the...
All right, we gotta get everybody in the building.
In the building, please. Okay, ready? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Military Armistice Commission Building, or MAC Building. This building held the original 4 types of meetings that are essential to the supervision of the signing of the Armistice Agreement. This building also held all general officer level talks. The usual MAC meeting lasts between 3 to 4 hours. However, there is one on record that lasted 11.5 hours. All MAC meetings are translated into 2 languages, English and Hangul or Korean. These are done through the translator booths in southern and northern portions of the building. However, the translator booths are no longer used. The translators now sit at the heads of the table. The microphones on the table are monitored and recorded 24 hours a day. They also represent the military demarcation line throughout the building that further extends to my front and rear and is represented by the 17 by 5 inch concrete slabs in between the buildings. So like I said earlier, if you stand on my left, you're North Korea, on my right, the Republic of Korea. If you'd like to cross over, please feel free to at that end of the table.
So what do you think he's looking at? Just trying to make it look like he's...
UNC Checkpoint 3. Upon your arrival here today, you are now surrounded on 3 sides by North Korea. Please allow me to show you this now. If you look 50 meters to your right-hand side, see one of the yellow and black panel markers, which denotes the military demarcation line outside of the joint security area. MDL follows this tree line up to your front, where it then cuts an abrupt 90-degree angle, bisecting the Satchon River, which flows Han estuary in the west. To give you a better idea, all this is North Korea. If you look to your front right in the upper left-hand side of that large barren hill, you'll see a dirt J-shaped road. That is the northern boundary of the DMZ. It's approximately 2,000 meters from where you stand right now. Just to the left of that, you'll see KPA guard post number 5. Once again, they're being closely observed at this time. If you look even further to the left of that, you see a cluster of white buildings against the tree line in the distance. That is the former Czechoslovakian and Polish NSC camp. And directly to your front, you will see an A-frame building surrounded by a cluster of trees. That is the North Korean People's Peace Museum. It's named this rather ironically for it houses the axe and axe handle used in the 1976 axe murder incident. We'll talk a little more about that momentarily. Also, this building was constructed in less than 48 hours solely for the purpose of the armistice signing. To your front left, you'll see a blue building, which is UNC Checkpoint 4. Then you'll see the Bridge of No Return and a tan building. The tan building is KPA Guard Post number 7. Guard Post number 7 is currently manned 24 hours a day. However, Checkpoint 4 is no longer manned because everything that can be seen from Checkpoint 4 can be seen from Checkpoint 3 directly to your rear. The circular grass area in front of Checkpoint 4 was a focal point of the 1976 axe murder incident. What happened was, prior to 1976, the joint security area was truly a neutral location, and both guard forces crossed the border freely within this area. The KPA took full advantage of this by building 4 guard posts along our southern boundary road, while the UNC built none in the northern sector. Checkpoint 4 there was isolated and surrounded on 3 sides by communist checkpoints. So the soldiers working here at Checkpoint 3 had to have overwatch over Checkpoint 4 to make sure the soldiers weren't being harassed during the evenings and throughout the days. There was a large yellow poplar tree that grew in between these 2 checkpoints and obstructed the visibility. So on 18 August 1976, the UNC dispatched a 5-man civilian work detail, accompanied by a 12-man security force, and formed the routine tree trimming operations to improve the visibility. Upon their arrival, they were met by 30 KPA soldiers. Work had been scheduled, however, after 15 minutes the KPA attacked. The ensuing fight lasted approximately 4 minutes. During that time, JSA Company Commander Captain Arthur Boniface and 1st Platoon Leader 1st Lieutenant Mark Barrett were brutally axed to death. Well, actually, Captain Boniface was axed to death. He was hit with an axe to the front and back of his head in front of his own vehicle. And 1st Lieutenant Barrett was either strangled and drowned, but he did not die until he was in the helicopter en route to 121.
Opportunity to cross the country of their choice. However, once they cross, they can never return, hence the name. The bridge was constructed in the late 20s by the Japanese during the colonization period. This is original Route 1 that led all the way from Busan to the Yalu River, the border between North Korea and China. This first span of the bridge, you can kind of tell how the ground's a little bit lower, was bombed out during the Korean War and rebuilt by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. And it was said that when our POWs came across, they took off the communist rags that they were given in North Korea and threw them in the pit before they were returned. And you'll see another one of the yellow and black panel markers there on the left-hand side. Over bodies of water, we alternate sides with the panel markers. So the next one's 100 and 200 meters in North Korea and vice versa. And all the panel markers are numbered 1 through 1,292. There was a restoration project of panel markers up until the mid-70s, but that project was canceled due to the fact that the KPA would take pot shots at the guys working on the panel markers as well as the minefields. The last Americans crossed this bridge were in 1968 Commander Bucher and the crew of the USS Pueblo, being held captive by North Korea for 11.5 months. The last people to cross the bridge were KPA soldiers up until 3 days after the 1976 axe murder incident.